So here's something that irritates me when I'm trying to create a proposal for a client and work with them or with a prospect. And I would not be surprised if it's happening to you too. Prospects and clients come to you, they are running an event or they have some kind of requirement for a speaker or expert, but they won't tell you their budget. And they're asking you to tell them what your fee is. And of course, that's a tricky one. It's like, you don't really want to show your hand too soon. You want to have a bit of an indication because let's be honest, in times where there is a global pandemic and there's global, economic, recession, that's the word. When there's a recession going on, you want to be a little bit flexible within reason. So what do? Let me share with you what I do when somebody comes to me and they have a specific brief, they know what they want, but they won't tell me how much they're going to pay for it. So the first thing I would do, if I'm super confident and they've asked me for a particular person and I know that person, that speaker, this is their fee and that's it. So in the same way for you, if this is your fee and that's it and there's no negotiation, because there are people who are like that and you may be one of those people, I just go in and that's the fee. That's it. No negotiation. That's option one. You can absolutely take that stance. And you could take that stance because the event may be the kind of event where you particularly don't want to negotiate or discount or do anything but get your proper fee. So that's option one. Go in with your fee. That's it, without knowing what the budget is. Option two is to say that you have a range of services or that you offer a range. In my case, I'd say I'd have a range of speakers and that your fees go from one fee to another fee. And I'd usually start fairly low and go fairly high to say, look, I have a range of offerings that I can offer you from, £2,000 that go right up to £40,000. Where are you most comfortable? Where would it fit? Do I share all of those offerings, the different offers, or do I go, to one end of the scale, the other scale, or in the middle? What do you suggest? And often that pushes them to make a decision. Now, if you're not brave enough to do that and give them that huge range, or maybe you don't have a huge range that you can offer where you can offer different services, option three is this one. And this works very well. And I do this one a lot. So a client comes to me, they've given me the brief, they've told me about the event, I know exactly what they need. And I'll say to them, what's the budget? We don't have a budget, we're open. Okay, super. So if I'm looking at the 20 to 30K bracket of suggestions for you, are you happy with that? Now, they might say, yes, that's great, and I now know what I'm doing. Or they might say, no, that's way too high. Okay, well, what I'll do then is I'll come down to 10 to 20K. Is that okay? No. And then finally they'll say, actually, do you know what? Could you do something for 5K and under? Or could you do something between 5 and 10? But you finally get them to put a number to it. As soon as you start putting numbers, they've got to respond yes or no. So that's another way of doing it. So you could chop up your services and your offerings into different price brackets if you don't want to give the full range at the very top and say, instead of saying 2,000 to 50,000, you might say, okay, I can do something between 40 and 50. I can do something between 20 and 40. I can do something between, do you know what I mean? You break it down. So that's another way. And the other final way you could do it is to ask two very good in-depth questions. One of them is, who else are you considering before I come back to you with my offerings? And then you can go and look them up. Obviously, as a speaker bureau, I would normally know what those people charge. So it's a lot easier for me, so I could probably respond immediately in the phone conversation. But you might need to go and look them up. You say, well, who else are you considering? And then you've got a guide. Or if they won't tell you that, or if they can't tell you that, you can say, who have you had in the past that worked really well for you so I know if I'm a good fit for your audience? Now, why would they object to telling you that? So if they now tell you who they've had in the past, again, you can go and see what were they charging. So all of these little tips and tactics are ways for you to get a bit more information. Now, if you've found any of those useful and you think, actually, do you know what, Maria? In a short period of time, you've given me some great value here. And you would like to work with me and my team to help you in your speaking business, come on over and check out speakingbusinessacademy.com. But in particular, check out our Speaking in a Different World program, which is a virtual program for 9 to 10 speakers only, running for 6 weeks. We're running it for the very last time in March 2021. Grab your spot. You will not be sorry. You will come out so much more confident, so much more clear in who you are, who your target audience is, how to position yourself, how to price yourself, how to go and get business. I'm telling you, it's a fantastic program. One last time, speaking in a different world in March. Hope to see you there. Cheers.